Have you ever been stood there, maybe in the beauty aisle, just staring at a label thinking, what does natural or organic really mean here?
It's a common feeling, right?
Yeah, how do you actually cut through all that, marketing noise to find something that lines up with what you actually value health-wise, mentally?
Hmm.
Well, that's pretty much the question steering our deep dive today. We're zoning in on a specific brand, Zian Organico.
Ah, yes.
They position themselves as rooted in nature, refined for life. You've got organic skincare, cleaning products, the whole bit.
And our mission here really is to unpack their core philosophy,
Yeah.
to see how that translates into, well, the actual stuff they sell.
Based on what they tell us, right?
Exactly, based on the detailed information they provide themselves.
Okay.
The idea is to help you understand not just what they're offering, but maybe why their approach matters. And let's face it, a pretty crowded market.
And what's quite interesting here is that we're getting this straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
Our source is Zian Organico's own website.
Right, so it's their own story,
Yeah.
their identity.
Gives us a direct look into what they're about, their products, what they seem to prioritize. Okay, let's unpack this then.
Let's do it.
So, foundationally, Zian Organico talks about honest beauty, that's their term, and making products with ingredients you trust.
Honest beauty. It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does. It's a powerful promise, especially when so many brands make similar claims. But based on their site, how do they actually, back that up? What specifics stand out?
Well, that's the key question, isn't it? Because trust is tricky. What I find compelling is how specific they get.
Okay.
They talk about small batch production, actually handcrafted in Spain using organic ingredients. And they're very clear.
Yeah.
Zero synthetic additives.
Zero synthetics. That's quite a statement.
It is. And that level of detail, it seems aimed at building that trust. It contrasts sharply with, vague natural claims or mass production. It feels like they're directly addressing that consumer skepticism.
And this focus on small batch, handcrafted, that often means better quality control, maybe? A smaller footprint?
Potentially, yes. That's often the implication. It suggests care, attention to detail, and perhaps a more sustainable process than huge industrial operations. They frame it as gentle for skin and kind to the planet, a dual goal.
And they're also really clear about what they don't include. They mention saying goodbye to sulfates, parabens, which, okay, lots of brands do now, but still important for many people.
Right, common concerns for sensitive skin or environmental impact.
But crucially, they also say they're fighting greenwashing, which, for anyone new to that, is basically pretending to be more eco-friendly than you are.
Exactly. They're calling it out. Instead, they say their botanical solutions harness the power of nature, for clean, radiant skin.
So it gives you, the consumer, really specific things to look for beyond just nice-sounding words.
Precisely. Concrete commitments.
Okay, so with that kind of philosophy, how does it actually show up in their product line? You mentioned skincare and cleaning.
Yeah, the range is quite broad, actually. It goes from handcrafted soaps, face cleansers, body care, all the way to natural home cleaning solutions.
Oh, yeah.
And they label these as eco-conscious, vegan, and toxin-free. So that theme runs through everything.
And how does that connect back to the bigger picture, like the production, the packaging?
Well, they tie it directly to their ethos. They talk quite a bit about plastic-free and refillable packaging, aiming for a greener future.
Okay, refills are always good.
Definitely. Plus, they make a point of saying they support local farmers and suppliers in Spain.
Ah, interesting. So local sourcing, too.
Yeah, which adds another layer to their commitment, community, local economy, that sort of thing. Which does raise the question, how does that really play out across such a diverse range? Not just ingredients, but packaging, sourcing, the whole life cycle.
Let's look at some examples then where this sort of earth-conscious idea really shines.
Good idea.
So beyond the main skincare stuff, they have these eco-friendly accessories, like an eco-bamboo toothbrush for, what, 2.6 or low?
Mm-hmm. Affordable basics.
And an organic loofah, a whole one for about $5, and even a little soap dish made from a loofah slice for under €1.
Right, so extending that eco mindset into the bathroom essentials. Little swaps people can make.
And they also seem keen on solid products. They've got an organic body lotion bar for €14.
Yes. And they don't just sell it. They have an article about it. Something like, Why Solid Lotion Bars Are the Future of Skincare in Europe.
Huh. So they're actively promoting that shift away from liquids and plastic bottles.
Exactly. It's not just selling a product. It's advocating for a different approach. More holistic.
Okay, so we get the principles, we see the range. But what are people actually buying? What are the customer favorites?
Yeah, let's zoom in on their most loved section, as they call it, and some of the feedback.
Check.
They seem to have a strong line in specialized balms and soaps. For example, insect repellent.
Oh, useful. Especially in Spain, I imagine.
Right. They have an organic insect repellent balm for €25 and 50, and also a botanical spray version for about €16.
And is it effective? What do people say?
Well, they feature a testimonial from a Karen from London. She says, and I'm quoting here, "I love this mosquito repellent balm. My skin is hypersensitive to everything, but it was none of that. My skin loved it, and I love it too." She ends by recommending it to everybody.
Wow, that's quite an endorsement, especially the bit about sensitive skin.
It is. Though, of course, skincare is always personal. What works wonders for one might not for another. That's always the caveat with testimonials.
True. What else?
They also have a skin healing balm for $12.50. And then something quite specific, an antifungal balm.
Antifungal. Interesting. What's in that?
It uses golden seal, oregano, and manuka. It's priced at $24.
Okay, golden seal oregano. Those are known for having pretty potent natural properties, right?
Yeah.
Antimicrobial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And manuka honey is famous for its healing benefits. So it suggests a very targeted natural approach.
And do they have feedback on that one? Because that sounds quite specific.
They do, and it's pretty powerful. Someone named Franz from Alicante shared this. "Had fungal infection I didn't know about. Dermatologist gave cream and tablets, but still itching."
Standard treatment didn't fully work.
Right. He continues, "Zian balm and soap helped. My infection cleared, and it did not come back."
Wow. Okay, that's a strong testimonial for a specific, tricky issue.
It really is. It highlights that focus on targeted botanical solutions.
And you mentioned soaps helped him too. What's their soap range like?
Oh, it's quite varied. They've got things like vitamin E soap with vanilla or unscented versions too. Those are around €7 or €7.
Right.
Then there's silver soap, both with lavender, 8.50, and unscented, 8.0, and even an insect repellent soap for €8.
Silver soap. What's the idea there? Antibacterial properties of silver.
That's usually the implication with colloidal silver in skincare, yes. So again, tapping into specific natural ingredients.
So quite a range just within soaps. Different needs, different preferences.
Absolutely. And they seem to get good general feedback on quality. There's a quote from Jojo from England. "Zion soaps lather well, they last for ages, and perfect soaps for me as I like organic on my skin."
Lather well and last ages practical points.
Exactly. She also adds, "These soaps have a natural smell to them, and I can also wash my face without irritation. I love it, and I would recommend it."
Nice. So good performance, gentle ingredients. That seems to be the recurring theme.
It does. And beyond those core areas, they have some other interesting, maybe slightly unusual items.
Like what?
There's a natural antiperspirant salt bar for €14.
A salt bar. Like a crystal deodorant.
Seems like it, yeah. A natural alternative. They also have a multi-cleaner organic soap bar for $4.99, so extending organic into household cleaning.
Okay, versatile.
And even things like a health book currently on sale, and frankincense organic resin for $17.
Frankincense resin? Like to burn?
Presumably, yes.
Yeah.
Or perhaps for other uses. It just shows the breadth, moving into holistic well-being, not just topical skincare.
Yeah, it paints a picture of a brand that's really committed to a whole lifestyle, not just isolated
I
products.
think that's fair to say.
And it seems they don't just sell this stuff, they also try to educate their customers.
Absolutely. They have sections on their site called Watch the Videos and Read Our Latest Articles.
So content beyond just product descriptions?
Definitely. They tackle specific topics in their articles. Titles like Why Choose Organic Soap, Clean Ingredients, Eco-Benefits, and Skin Health.
Right, explaining the why.
Exactly. And another one ties into that balm we mentioned, Antifungal Skincare, The Power of Golden Seal, Oregano, and Manuka.
So they explain the science or the tradition behind their ingredient choices.
Precisely. They state these resources are there to help you learn how to care for your skin, your home, and the earth.
So it connects back to that whole ethos again.
It really does. It suggests, a more holistic view of consumer education, empowering people with knowledge, not just products, which feels like a key differentiator.
And they also seem to want to build a community around the brand.
Yes, they invite people to join our community through their social media handle, @Zian Organico, and even provide a WhatsApp contact.
WhatsApp, that's quite direct.
It is. It suggests approachability, transparency, wanting that direct line of communication with their customers.
Okay, so wrapping this up, this deep dive into Zian Organico, what are the main takeaways?
Well, I think.
It seems clear they have this really strong, well-articulated commitment. Organic, small batch, made in Spain,
Hmm.
very clear pillars.
And they're very explicit about not using synthetic additives and actively pushing back against greenwashing.
Yes, that stance is quite defined.
All wrapped up in this dedication to both personal well-being, your skin, your home, and the planet's health.
That's a good summary. And reflecting on what that means for you, the consumer.
Yeah.
Understanding a brand like this, seeing how they define natural and organic for themselves, it can really help clarify things.
How so?
It gives you a sort of benchmark, doesn't it? A tangible example of what those terms can mean when a company puts specific practices behind them, right? Something concrete to compare other brands against.
Exactly. It helps you evaluate products more effectively, whether for your skin or your home. It just reinforces that idea that, knowledge is power in the marketplace. Understanding what's behind the label.
That makes sense. It equips you to ask better questions.
Spot on.
So maybe a final thought for you, listening, to mull over.
Yeah.
How might learning about a brand with such sort of clear principles, like Zian Organico, how might that change the way you look at other products?
Hmm.
When you're reading ingredient lists next time or trying to figure out if an environmental claim is genuine, what will you look for now? What actually stands out to you about how Zian Organico communicates its values? And, well, why might that influence your choices going forward?
That's a great question to reflect on. How does this example shift your perspective?